James Carter TV here for my NFL Week 3 picks and predictions for the 2015 NFL season. Sorry this was uploaded a little late, a little after the Thursday night football game. I had a big chemistry exam today that took up all of my time. But despite that fact, I'm here now. I've deloaded. I've calmed down. I no longer have chemistry on the brain. It's time to talk about football. And we begin with, we would have begun the Thursday night football game, and I had the Redskins winning that ish. So we begin with the Sunday early games, and we begin with the Oakland Raiders traveling to Cleveland facing the Cleveland Browns. Now, the Oakland Raider fans, I'm sure they're back on their bandwagon. They were off at week 1, but I'm sure they're back on it now. I'm sure they're yelling at me once again. Ha! You have us going 5-11. You clown, you baboon, you nincompoop. Well, you're going to be 1-2 because now you're going to Cleveland, and Cleveland showed me last week that, hey, their defense is still really good. And although they are starting Josh McCown, and although I do believe that's kind of a mistake, their defense is still good enough to beat this Oakland Raiders team and to give them fits and to give them issues. So I'll pick the Cleveland Browns to win this game, who I still don't know where I'm projecting them to be at the end of the season, but for now, they aight. Alright, next game, the Cincinnati Bengals at the Baltimore Ravens. Alright, now the Ravens have to win this game. They have to. I mean, don't listen to what anyone says. They have to win this game if they want to make the playoffs. That's it. It's that simple. So, I have them winning this game. Why? Because in the past, except for 2013, when the Ravens have had to win a football game, and their team and John Harbaugh and Joe Flacco got psyched up for one football game, they usually do a really good job in that football game. And although Andy Dalton did sweep, and he swept the Baltimore Ravens last year, I do believe this is now when the tide turns a little bit and the Ravens with their backs against the wall fight back. And I still can't believe the Bengals are the best, like one of the best premier teams in the NFL. They're going to have their losses. I think this is one of them here as the Ravens win at home. They need to win this football game. All right, next game, the New Orleans Saints at the Carolina Panthers. This prediction has a stipulation. For now, I'm picking the Carolina Panthers to win this game, but if Drew Brees is healthy, I'm picking the Saints. Not because I believe the Saints are a very good football team. I just don't think the Panthers are that good. I think they beat a bad Houston Texans team, and I think they beat a bad Jacksonville Jaguars team. Now you have New Orleans coming to Carolina. You may say, well, the Saints are a bad road team. Well, the Saints went to Carolina and won last year, while the Carolina Panthers went to New Orleans and won last year there. The Saints have kind of turned the table on that road and home thing. Why? I don't know. So really, who cares where the game is? Who's going to win this game? The Saints, because like similar to the Ravens, they need to win this game. They can't start out 0-3. I'm going to pick the Saints to win this game with their backs against the wall. And also, let's not forget, they have some reinforcements coming back on defense. And Jairus Byrd, Keenan Lewis, and Donnell Ellerbe. Boom, boom, boom. Coming back on defense. They'll give Cam Newton issues, who has yet to throw for 200 yards in a football game. And now his best wide receiver, Jericho Catry, is out. That's his best wide receiver, and now he's out? Oh, there's issues in Carolina, despite what their 2-0 record might say. All right, next going to be the Atlanta Falcons at the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys make a compelling argument that, hey, with Brandon Weeden, we can win games. It's a compelling argument. I'm not going to bet on it. I'm picking the Falcons to win this game. If you want to prove me wrong, go ahead, and then I'll give respect to Brandon Weeden. But until he can prove to me that he can win football games with this Cowboys team, I'm not picking them to win football games. All right, next game, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Houston Texans. This game will also have a stipulation on it. I am picking the Houston Texans if and only if DeAndre Hopkins, plays in this game, because if not, they're not going to be able to move the football, as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a good corner in Altron Werner. If he's being matched up with Nate Washington, who drops his fair share of passes, by the way, how are the Texans going to move the football? That's what I don't see how they're going to be able to move the football. So he needs to be playing, because with Ryan Mallett throwing some deep balls to him, then yes, the Texans can combine for a number of points that would be good enough to beat Jameis Winston. Texans fans hated me because I had them going 6-10 coming into the season. Hey, my prediction looks generous right now to the way you guys are playing. Can you win some freaking games? And this is exactly why you need a quarterback to compete in the NFL. They have Ryan Mallett. They have Brian Hoyer. They're not going to compete in the NFL. Tampa Bay Buccaneers improved. People were talking about them being the worst team in the league. I thought that was ridiculous. I thought that was blasphemous. I tweeted on Twitter. Follow me at JamesCarterTV, by the way. And they're proving not to be one of the worst teams in the league. It would not surprise me if they go to Houston and they win. And I believe they will if DeAndre Hopkins is out. But if he is playing, I'm picking the Houston Texans to win this football game. Next game, we have the San Diego Chargers at the Minnesota Vikings. Now, Vikings, they proved me wrong last week. They beat the Detroit Lions for the first time since like 2013. So, with that in mind, I'm going to ride their bandwagon. I'm picking the Minnesota Vikings. This is yet another game where the San Diego Chargers find themselves in a very toss-up, I don't know who's going to win game. And both times the home team has won as they beat the Detroit Lions in San Diego. And as they lost to the Cincinnati Bengals in Cincinnati, I think they'll lose to the Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota because this is the trend that I am seeing. So I'm going to continue to follow it. All right, next give me the Jacksonville Jaguars at the New England Patriots. Easiest game of the week to predict. New England Patriots, actually second easiest. New England Patriots are going to win this game easy. Blake Bortles, though, does look slightly improved. Maybe the Jags want to prove me wrong, want to be better than the 3-13 that I have them projected to be. Sure, I need to see more, and you're going to be 1-2, so I'm not going to want to listen to you. All right, next game, we're going to have the Philadelphia Eagles at the New York Jets. It's a very, 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 very difficult game for me. Yet again, I'm going to pick an 0-2 team to break the trend. I can't believe that the Eagles are this bad. You know, the talent is too dense. It's too full on this Eagles team. Oh, I'm having trouble, though, because now I'm thinking about it. Byron Maxwell sucks. And now he's going to be going against Brandon Marshall. Eric Decker might not play, though. Who am I going to pick to win this game? I'm looking at this game. I don't know who I'm going to pick to win this game. All right, it's decision time. Am I going to take the home team, or am I going to pick the Philadelphia Eagles to win the first game of the season? All right, I'm going to pick... Man, I'm so sorry that I still don't know who I'm picking here. I'm going to pick the Philadelphia Eagles to go to New York and win. They have to win, right? Come on, they have to win the NFC East, right? So I'm going to pick them to win this game. All right, next game, the Pittsburgh Steelers at the St. Louis Rams. This is an easy game. Rams fans, I try to tell you you're a bad football team. I don't care. I don't care that you beat the Seahawks week 1. I don't care. You beat them last year. You beat the Broncos last year. And you went 6-10. Okay? Now you're going to be 1-2. And you're trending down the same path you were at last year. Shut up and leave me alone. All right, next game will be the Indianapolis Colts at the Tennessee Titans. Maybe I'm biased here. Maybe I'm being fooled by my own heart. But I believe the tide is turning in the AFC South. I believe the Tennessee Titans are going to win this game. They're going to beat the Indianapolis Colts. And they're going to set themselves up for potentially a playoff run. Now, you may laugh at me. You may yell at me. But, hey, all I know is this, okay? My quarterback, Marcus Mariota, has the highest passer rating in the NFL. And until he doesn't, which could be actually this week, I'm not picking them to lose games. I'm picking the Titans to upset the Indianapolis Colts, as the Colts are looking as if they're not a very good team. And keep this in mind, by the way. With the 0-2 teams, I may make a whole video about this on Saturday, by the way. With the 0-2 teams, actually, I'm just going to save this video for Saturday. Come back on Saturday and watch me talk about the 0-2 teams, because I have a very interesting take on these 0-2 teams. But I'll say this. The Colts statistically do not have a high chance of making the playoffs. I'm buying into that, though. All right, next game, the San Francisco 49ers at the Arizona Cardinals. Now, this is the only team in the NFL where you guys can go to my 2015 season preview predictions, go to this team, and yell at me in the comments. If you want to do that, fine. You go ahead. This is the one team where I can sit back and I say, yeah, I got that one wrong. I thought the Cardinals were going to be an 8-8 team. I thought they were going to be decent. They were going to win some games here, lose some games there, and then being 500. They look really good. So if you want to yell at me for being wrong about the Arizona Cardinals, fine. But anyone else, you don't deserve the right. So with that said, I'm picking the Arizona Cardinals to win this game, but it won't be a blowout like the way the 49ers got blown out in Pittsburgh last week. They'll compete. It'll be a good old low-scoring NFC West contest. All right, next game we have the Buffalo Bills at the Miami Dolphins. There's evidence to suggest that the Buffalo Bills are a better team than Miami Dolphins right now, but because this is Miami's home opener, I'm picking them to win this game, and that's my logic behind it. I mean, there's no other logic. There's nothing more I can tell you. I just think that because it's a home opener for them, because it's a divisional matchup, I'm just picking them to win the game. I'm sorry. I wish I had more for you. I don't. All right, next game. We have the Chicago Bears at the Seattle Seahawks. This is the easiest game of the week next to the Patriots versus Jaguars, and I am picking the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, come on. This is when they get back rolling. This is when they get on their trend. I think of all the 0-2 teams, this team and the Eagles have the best chance to win their divisions still, but I don't, or to make the playoffs, really. Hell, let's not even talk about the division. So with that said, though, I'm picking the Seahawks to win this game quite easily. Bears fans, you guys hate Jay Cutler. Well, let's see what you can do without him, because it's about to get real bad in Chicago. Y'all might want to start looking at the first overall pick in the draft. All right, next game, the Denver Broncos at the Detroit Lions. Yet another upset special for me with a stipulation. Matthew Stafford needs to be playing. He needs to be playing in this game, but if he is, I'm picking the Detroit Lions to upset the Denver Broncos just because this is another game where the Detroit Lions are at home. They need to win this football game. Were the Lions on the road last week? Yeah, they were. They were on the road in they're on the road the past 2 weeks. They're in Minnesota and in San Diego. This is yet another home opener. Do not underestimate these home openers for these teams that have been on the road for the past 2 weeks. They may be 0-2, but a lot of them were just on the road. Like the Seahawks, they were just on the road. The Lions, they were just on the road. Now they're back home, and now you're gonna find that they're gonna win some of these games that you're not expecting. So I picked the Detroit Lions to upset the Denver Broncos in this one. And then finally, we have the Kansas City Chiefs at the Green Bay Packers. Chiefs fans hate me because I had them going 8-8 coming into the season. If you would have listened to me, it's because your schedule is too tough, guys. It's way too freaking tough. And this is case in point. You're going to Green Bay on Monday Night Football? I mean, come on, guys. You guys are in trouble. It's not going to be a blowout, but you're not going to win. You're not going to win. Although, I'll give you this. Alex Smith led San Francisco 49ers to wins over the Green Bay Packers in, I think, once or twice. So if you can emulate that, then sure, maybe you can go to Green Bay and win a football game. I'm not picking it. So with that said, that ends my Week 3 picks and predictions. So, I did badly last week, but hopefully I can rebound this week. And if you have not yet joined the James Carter TV Picks Challenge, I suggest you do so. The link and the password will be in the description box. Right now, I'm about 18 or 20 or something like that. I need to step it up. Over the past, after week 1, I was third. So I really slipped down the rankings. It's time to start climbing back up. I think I have 12 wins here for ya in order for me to do so. Until next time, James Carter TV, I'm out. Peace.